All right, I want to talk to you a little bit about homework for our first week. This is our first assignment, so I want everybody to be clear on what they need to do and how to do it. And since I can't talk to you in person, we're doing it this way. So, the first thing to know is whenever you're sending me any assignment, I want it in what I call memorandum form. So, at the top of the sheet, it says memorandum. I mean, no, not sheet, but at top of your word processing document or your PDF, it'll say memorandum, and then it'll say to me, from you, our date, and then what it is, what the assignment is. I only need one memo for each assignment. You don't have, if there's two parts, you don't have to send me out two memos, and you can save it as one document. Okay. Um, so this time, the first part, super duper easy. It's just a little bit of a practice and something that our first quiz is then going to be on. Uh, so do the quiz, obviously, after you do the homework. But we don't, if you have a Black's Law Dictionary at home, use the Black's Law Dictionary. If not, they have a virtual Black's Law Dictionary. That's the link to it. And I have 8 terms that I want you to look up what they mean. And that is what is going to be on our quiz for this week, what those terms mean. Okay. And that'll be worth 2 points each. Super easy. These are terms we're going to be using throughout the semester. So I want you to become familiar with them. If you want to have fun and do something different, you can create a Quizlet, finding those terms and definitions and practice that. And you can add to your Quizlet throughout the semester if that's a way that helps you learn, and you can, rather than typing it out in a word processing document and submitting it to me, you can just share the link with me to satisfy that section of the assignment if you'd like. Okay, the next part is a little more complicated, and hopefully you watched that little video about how we are finding cases. But unfortunately, I don't have books. So we have to use a different tool to do this second part, and that's called Google Scholar. And to get to Google Scholar, you type in scholar.google.com. Or if you Google Scholar, it'll come up as well. Okay, you'll see you have 2 options for Google Scholar. You have articles and you have case law. So I'm going to do case law. And these are going to be all Illinois cases. So I'm going to go to Illinois courts. So you'll see here, I have 6 cases that I want you to pull up. So I'm going to do a different example of one of the, but I'll have this citation. So say I type in, okay, let me go back to Google Scholar, and I'm going to just type in 368 space, whoops, ILLDEC 205. Okay. And then this a lot will come up, but it'll give me what they think is the best answer for me first. So I'm going to pull this one up, confirm that it is actually the one that I wanted. So yes, look, 368 ILLDEC 205. Okay, half the battle here. I have the right case. So let me go back to my assignment, and we're going to start practicing, how to read a case and how to do case citation. Okay, so for each of these cases, each of these 6, which is not the one that I pulled up, you're going to give me the case name underlined, the citation, the year of decision, the general area of law or the main issues of the case, and the disposition. How did this case affect the decision of the lower court? So let's work on this one together. So if I have this one, it's People versus Grant. Now, when I am typing out a case citation, my case name is the first name of the plaintiff, V, the last name of the plaintiff, V, the last name of the defendant. And now the plaintiff here is the people of the state of Illinois. So it's just people. Little hint when you're on Google Scholar, it's what's in all caps here. So here I go. And this should be underlined. People v. Grant. Okay. Okay, my Case name, underline, check. Okay, then I need a comma. And then I'm going to do my citation, which is the one that I just had. We're just going to use the same one that I did. These are 3 different, we call these parallel citations. These are 3 different ways we can find this case. Again, we'll talk about it a little more, I think, in 2 weeks, but this would be our official reporter, which we will in the future always have to use. But anyway, we're going to use this 368 IL ILDEC 205. 368 ILL deck. What did I say? 365. Okay, and then I have the next thing. See, then I have my citation, and then I have my year of decision. So the year of decision is 2013. Okay, and then I'm going to say area of law. So I'm going to read through this case a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look for it. It's criminal law, which is a little too broad. I'd like something. Okay, so it's criminal law, probable cause. And if I wasn't on the video with you, I would have, read a little more to get a little bit of better idea. I don't want a whole paragraph. I just want a general area of law. Disposition. Okay, so I talked about this a tiny bit with the case pulling video, but here, so we have to go all the way to the end, all the way to the end. Boom, 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 boom. And it tells you what happens. So I don't want, the holding. I want the disposition. So here they reverse the judgment of the appellate court, and then they affirm the judgment. So we're really only interested in what it did to the appellate court. So it's reversed. So I'm going to say reversed. And that's it. My first one is done. Okay, so what did I not, so just to go over again, because I did not go over this in that other video, which I should have. Case names. So case names are going to be, let me go back to my list here. So I'm just pull up some stuff randomly. Do they all have to? Okay. Case names are, you have your big list, right? Look, there's more than one plaintiff. There's more than one defendant here. But the first plaintiff, we use their last name. The first defendant, we use their last name. So Hitt v. Stevens is my case name, and I underline that. If it's a corporate name, you use the corporate name. So that's our case name. I think that's it. So that is kind of, you're going to do a new document, but that's kind of the format for that part. So we're going to do 6 of those worth 4 points each. If you have any questions, please reach out. Remember, again, scholar.google.com. Okay. And then you choose Illinois courts. All right. Reach out if you have questions. Good luck with your homework. And then after you do your homework, you take your quiz.